Hello, my name is Philip Tanser. This is a video for Gender Parity UK, and in this video I want to highlight gender-based discrimination against men and male victims of domestic abuse by the NHS in Scotland. And I'm going to quote from a document called Gender-Based Violence Overview from the website Public Health Scotland. In this overview, in this document, they state that all women at assessment are being asked if they experience any form of abuse, whereas men are not being asked if that is the case. And I'm going to quote from the document. Overview of routine inquiry. Routine inquiry involves asking all women at assessment about abuse, regardless of whether there are any indicators or suspicions of abuse. End quote. So this is for women. How about men? I quote, selective inquiry. Selective inquiry involves acting on suspicion or concerns that someone is experiencing abuse, for example, through observation of physical or behavioral indicators, rather than asking everyone as a matter of standard practice. End quote. Now, you might ask yourself why they're only asking women but not men, and here is the answer. Quote, selective inquiry of domestic abuse is more appropriate to men as the prevalence of men is not as significant as that for women. Men do not experience similar levels of injuries. The dynamics of abuse for men and women are different. Women are more likely to be fearful of their partners and to experience sustained abuse, resulting in considerable implications, in particular for mental health and substance misuse. Women are more likely to experience sexual violence and degradation. There is a lack of evidence about the acceptability to men of being asked about abuse. There is a lack of evidence about effective interventions for men. End quote. Now, it is a matter of fact that men are far less likely to express abuse, to talk about the abuse they experience. In fact, the Office of National Statistics says it shows that male victims are over 3 times as likely as women to not tell anyone about the partner abuse they are suffering from. Only 10% of male victims will tell the police, compared with 26% of women. Only 23% will tell a person in an official position, compared with 43% of women. And only 10% will tell a health professional, compared with 23% of women. End quote. So it is clear men are far less likely to talk about and express the abuse they experienced. So it would actually make sense if the NHS would especially ask men and male victims of abuse if they have experienced something, not just women. Now, why are men not being asked? If you want to be cynical, you could say that this is a way to increase the numbers of women that are identified as victims and to keep the numbers of men that are identified as victims down. A more charitable interpretation would be that they simply don't care about male victims. And we see that over in all areas of society. You do not have to ask yourself why 70% of suicides are men. Men suffer in silence, and society tells them, why don't you speak about your issues? Well, you never asked. I hope you found this video informative. If you want to complain to NHS Scotland, please do so. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video.